So what he's doing now, he's going to run your license and then make sure they're good. And then you're going to do the, you're going to check the logs next, or?
Valid. Then what I do is I'm going to the FMCSA site here, and I'm checking the Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse.
Okay.
That you do make sure if the company comes up and says, hey, you have a urinalysis test or whatever for quarterly or however they do it, that you get that done. Because if you don't, if you miss a urine test, you're on vacation, you didn't get it done, you're going to come up in here and you're going to be disqualified.
Okay, so I have to do it at least once a year.
However long your company makes you do it, the company reports to this. But if you miss one, they're gonna.
They do it like a random.
Random.
Like you may do 4 in 1 year, and you may do 1 the next year. You know, it's just.
Okay.
So that's what you're checking now is the alcohol and drug.
And then it comes up, not prohibited. He has no past inspections till today.
So now you got a good inspection on your record, hopefully.
I'm going to look through all the paperwork. What I'm looking for here, up to date. Especially in Nebraska, and how much you carry, your insurance, your IFTA. This one expires December 23. You're good there. You have your annual inspection. Now these run an annual inspection, obviously, until the end of February of 2024. This is a good inspection.
Okay.
You have your instructions, blank paper log sheets, all that stuff. Your trainer's doing a good job.
Thank you. You try to keep everything organized right in the door with all your stuff.
That's
so that way, as long as you've got it.
Company, right? Or we have to buy like.
Well, some of the trucks get them like this, and it's better to keep them organized like this.
Okay.
And always keep them in your door. Like I just got these alcohol permits right here, which I haven't got. I'm gonna buy me some folders for those. So now, what are you checking for to make sure that it's valid?
This is the pre-screen for. So I'm just looking for your D.O.T number here. And if I can't find it here, I'll just look at your truck.
Okay.
Some states, oh, and it was on there, I just didn't see it. So I put your DOT number in, it's going to come up. This is the pre-screen. Shows the company address, the inspection value. You guys' safety rating is a 97. It's a little bit high.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to change that.
It needs to be worked on.
Okay.
We're trying to change that.
What's usually like the normal
this
like
tells
average?
me. So basically, the reason this is in red, a 97 is kind of a bad rating.
Okay.
They start basically. I don't know that I've seen a 0, but I've seen some pretty low numbers.
Okay.
Down in the 20s or whatever. Those are green, and then there comes to a point where they're yellow. And if we're doing pre-screening, by we're using the DOT numbers to select inspections. We're looking at this.
So if you was to pull over and did a level 3, but then you seen that, then you might change your mind and say, we might do a level 1 on these people.
You can. Also, like when you're going through out on the interstate and you have pre-pass or something like that.
Right. You pulled in
all
more.
These numbers are in there. You're going to be pulled in more often because you have a higher safety rating.
Okay.
So every time we get a better inspection, we out here trying to train them. I'm training them one at a time. We're going to get good inspections. We're going to get it better.
How many violations and things like that. Then at the bottom, your UCR information.
So if he passes this inspection, this would go on his, like as a good inspection, correct?
Yep.
I don't get nothing, good or bad.
Correct. So he's got I mean, you're paid up. You don't have any intrastate vehicles. Everything's interstate. So that is all good. Then we go to the inspection itself.
All right, so we pass?
Not there yet.
Okay.
Not there yet.
All right. Give it a few more minutes.
That's
called-
what you're sending when you do a web service transfer for logs.
Called E-Rods?
It's called E-Rods. I open it up. Hopefully you're there. And we're not. We're going to have to try to transfer
Okay.
that again.
Okay.
All right, I'm about to transfer these logs. I'm going to go over here at transfer. And then I'm going to hit wireless web service. And then under comments, we're going to hit...
NSP.
Is it, you start N as in Nancy?
N. Yep.
N as in Nancy. P as in Paul.
NSP.
Okay, Nancy, Sam, Paul.
248
248
WLB.
WLB.
Correct.
And then we're going to hit transfer. And that's how you transfer your logs with a Samsara right over. Now that should transfer both of our logs, correct?
No, that's just going to transfer his.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay.
So I'm going to open the log. This is going to show me the day of in the previous 7 days.
Okay.
So when you're doing an inspection, you're checking the logs, how many days do you go back?
7 days.
7 days. Now, if there was a fatality accident, can y'all go back more than 7 days? Or is that like a lawyer thing? Or is that like...
We will more than likely go back more than that, an accident.
So like on a fatality accident, can they go, how long do they go back? As many as they want?
Yep.
So that's why it's always important to do right. Because you
I
get
can
to
go back as far as it'll allow me to
Okay.
in this system, or if you have paper logs, anything like that, I'm going to look at all that.
That's why if you think,
Just to
well, it's
see
going to be
if-
fine. I'm going to be off next 7 days. I can cheat on this
It
day and get
depends.
away.
If it was an accident and it was determined, okay, we think the driver was fatigued, or that we might want to look back further in order to see if the problem that he's putting in, going over his drive time, going over or trying to use a ghost log. We're going to try to figure out what's going on with that
Alright,
and
Do an
try to see
investigation.
why you were tired. Or
And
what the
again,
case was.
they're doing it for the safety of everybody on the road.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I was on training with another company prior to, and about the logs, they were saying that sometimes when we're running out of time, it's just better to run, like, to keep going and have a log violation instead of like using PC or going off duty or trying to just kind of
Like I told him on this, so your personal conveyance time, you cannot continue in furtherance of the load with PC.
Exactly.
Okay. If you have inclement weather, or if there was an an accident that took place that delayed you, there's a 2-hour time window there that you can have extra time to get to a safe haven afterwards. For that.
So if you ran out of time and you got off the exit, could you then PC forward to a Love's as long as you came back to that same exit the next day? Wouldn't that be a legal PC? Like, I'm PC over here, but I'm gonna start as long as you started back from
But
where you
if-
stopped. But if you get caught on the
If you
way,
get caught on the way or whatever, you're going to be in trouble.
so you better go
Do
backward.
that.
You could go backwards.
Depending on company policy, you could go back.
Okay.
Depending on that time frame. That you're
The best
looking
thing is just to
for,
do good trip planning.
Yeah, no,
Best thing is-
definitely.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Most every exit, and I tell drivers all the time, say like state of Nebraska, you have all these off ramps. Well, our off ramps, there's no parking on the off ramps. We've had a lot of fatality accidents. Drivers leave a lot of trash out there or something like that.
Right.
So we don't want people parked on the on and off ramps, because if you're parked there, because they're marked in Nebraska, if there was an accident, somebody came off and they hit your truck, you're going to be at fault because you were improperly parked. You were parked there. More than likely, you're not going to have wipers on, everything that's required when you're stopped. But at all these exits, especially like across Nebraska, there's a grain elevator, there's, you know, a side road, and there's a place where you can pull off and park, where you can legally park. It is possible at every exit to find a legal place to park. Just don't stop on that and park on the ramp. The ramps in any part of the interstate system is for emergencies only. If you're, you know, you blow a tire and you can't go any further, your motor breaks down, whatever the case is, then you're parked there. Immediately turn on emergency flashers. Within 10 minutes, you have to have your warning triangles placed out. But at every exit, if you're just, oh, I misjudged, you may not have facilities to go to the bathroom, get food, stuff like that, but there's going to be a place to park.
Okay.
And that got you there, I hope you have food in your truck.
Here, let me ask you this question to make sure I'm correct. If you run out of hours at the shipper, are you then allowed to PC? While you're getting loaded, you run out of hours. Are you allowed to PC to the next safe haven? There's a clause, you know, I was taught that's an exception to the rule. I know it's kind of...
Not an exception that I have been told.
Okay, okay. What if you are on an on-ramp and you're totally out of hours, and the D.O.T. and you say, look, I'm not going to write you a ticket, but you got to get somewhere. And then I start my clock. I'm in log violation, right?
You're going to go, what I do,
I mean, what I do in that situation?
and I think it's the right way to do things. I mean, you're there, obviously, we don't want you on the road over hours or anything
Correct.
like that, getting tired. But if you're there and, you know, of course, you're going to get, I don't give citations for that generally, but it's going to go on an inspection. You're going to get a warning for failing to obey a traffic control device. No emergency flashers, no warning triangles. And I need you to move off that ramp. You don't have any hours to drive. I'm going to have you go into PC, and I'm going to escort you into the nearest place to park.
Okay.
And we're going to shut
Like
you
I was in a.
and then
Go ahead.
make sure that you annotate that that's what took place. And you're going to have the inspection to prove I got inspected, he had me move, and as long as you annotate it in your logbook, he escorted me to this place.
So that's what it means when it says by an official. So that official's not, you're at the wrong place at a Love's and the manager comes out and says, hey bud, you parked in the wrong place, get out of here. You can't put that as an official. That's not an official, correct? Official would be somebody like a law enforcement, right? The law states official. So what is an official?
The law states official, but if, you know, they're the owner, the manager of that facility, I mean,
Like it happened, it's happened.
I would say you can use PC to move to another parking place.
What I did is I PC'd back. What I did is this happened to us. We were at a spot, and I thought it was a spot really, but people were parked everywhere. You know, it happens. And we were in Dallas, Texas. Well, I moved, and we had to move right up the road. There was another warehouse that we could just finish our break at. But then I PC'd back to the same Love's and then started. So I thought that would be legal, I guess, right? I mean,
You're right there in that same location.
yeah. Does it go by when you're, there's another question. So when you're looking at the area, does it go by zip code, or does it like actually show you pinpoint where I make that exactly? So like, for example, let's say for right now, I'm right here.
Show you for an
Okay.
example.
I'm right here and I want to go to the grocery
I
store.
got this location here at Dalton, Georgia.
Okay.
I just clicked on that. I scroll down, and that one's going to be highlighted. So here we are, Dalton, Georgia. We have the location, and I can pull up the location. It's going to pull it right up on maps.
And then you can
show
zoom
me
in.
exactly where you were parked.
Ah, okay, good. It's good to know. Good. Because say, for example, I'm here and I'm like, well, I'm on PC. I'm right here sleeping. I'm on PC over the grocery store, and they're like, where was we at? Well, we'll just PC back over to this exit up here. It's not technically the same place.
If you're at a safe haven, you're at a truck stop, and you need to use your truck to go get something to eat. You're going to go to a restaurant, or you're going to go to the grocery store or something like that. You can use PC. That's what PC is designed for.
But you got to come back to the spot you started, right?
Right. You're going to come back to the place you started, not 100 miles down the road.
Correct.
And
So I didn't know if it was like
that's
as
where you're gonna
long
run
as it's the
into a problem.
vicinity or if it's.
And PC also cannot be used. You're at this truck stop. You have 3 deliveries in this town. You cannot park at that truck stop, go into PC, and then go over
Correct.
here, make a delivery, and go over here, make a delivery, go over here, make a delivery. Cannot do that.
What about this? Let's say I'm on my way to. Well, I'm in Nebraska and we're getting a level 1 D.O.T. inspection. Let's see what happens.
They need to keep a copy on file. There are no violations on the inspection, so it's a past level 1 inspection.
Okay, okay.
I do not have decals for the truck, unfortunately.
Okay, no problem.
We're right in a new quarter here, so I haven't had those issued yet. Make sure you keep a copy of this for proof of your level 1 inspection.
Okay.
So you should not have another level inspection for the remainder of this month and the next 2 months.
Okay, good.
All right. Now, just because he had one don't mean I can't have one, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So that,
All right.
Well, I appreciate it.
You bet.
Hey, I appreciate you being letting us do the video and being very helpful answering questions. So
You bet.
I'm gonna put some good word out for y'all. Check out my YouTube channel.
Will do.
Thanks, buddy. Don't worry, I'm taking one for the home team here, so you're good to go.
Okay. All right.
So truck.
I'm getting a DOT, so got him a free pass.